What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marriage Unmastered. It's me, your boy Hen, and I'm here with. I don't know why you laughing and looking at me like that. It's me, your boy Hen, and I'm here with Shireal.
Wow.
If you hear
What happened
something,
to lovely, sexy, incredible, all up magnificent? What
that's
happened to all of
that's
that?
okay. So that's still there, but it ain't right now at this particular moment.
Okay.
Hold on, make me
I'm
fix my
not doing
hoodie.
anything.
That's the problem right there, y'all. She not
I
doing
keep trying to tell him he's
anything.
IT. I'm the talent.
This ain't Apple Music, Apple Store. Like, who do I got a blue shirt on or something?
It don't matter what color your shirt is. You know what your job is. Anyways, y'all, so
Y'all pray
this
for me.
week,
Pray for me.
this is our journey to 10 years or how we survived 10 years. Whatever
How
whatever
how
you feel
how I survived two
how
years.
I survived 10 years.
You didn't
So anyway,
survive.
so we're basically talking about the fact that somehow we're still married and we're moving into 10 years of wedded bliss.
I really don't find nothing funny with
This
that
is
comment.
so we have been kind of just reflecting over the last 10 years over these last episodes, and we have made it to year 5 on this particular episode that we're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we talked about getting rid of our first baby, having to put it up for adoption, a dog, y'all.
A
A
dog.
dog, not like a physical child, but it was our first baby in our marriage, our first living thing that we took care of and got together, and we had to get rid of him because our son was allergic and Henry was never around, and I was pretty much taking care of 2 kids and a dog by myself.
First first of all, shout out to all the mothers and or fathers who have given out their children for adoption because they could not support financially or emotionally and wanted somebody else to do it the proper way. It takes courage. So
Strength.
yeah,
It takes a lot of things.
that goes unnoticed. We always look at the negative aspect, but I think some parents made a good decision
Hmm.
to give the children a better opportunity, which is what we did with Bear. So I don't know why that came up when you said
No,
adoption,
I
but
think
like
that's a really good
I
point
just think I should
because
vocalize that.
there is two sides of that, and a lot of parents struggle, but they know it's really in the best interest of the child. So I think that's a great point that you just brought up.
Hmm.
Because, and then also the fact that we know how hard it was to get rid of our dog. So I can't imagine how hard it must have been to have to for those who have had to make that decision for their children. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
But anywho, going on. So we're entering year 5, y'all. And
Hmm.
year
Every
5
every
was
time we talk about a year, you be
that's why I'm saying surviving 10 years. Like it's not
like you
to
acting
get
so
to
stressful.
it
Like
was a stressful year and we're about to talk about why. So like don't act like okay,
no,
let's
I'm just
let's
saying
get
like
into it.
year one, two, three, four. Like every year, you like, oh my
Yeah,
god, I didn't know
because
how.
those for me were the hardest years. Like I feel like once we get past year 6, it's going to start to sound a little cheerier. But
Oh,
I've never ever if
better.
whatever,
What's cheerier?
cheerier is better than the last 4 years,
I
keep it
hope.
real.
I hope
See,
so.
I'm just going to be honest. If y'all listen and follow to the podcast or ever want to go back, I've always been very clear that it was tough for me in the beginning. Like it's a big adjustment being married. It's a lot of learning and shedding of yourself and sacrifice and becoming selfless and learning how to be a wife and to be a mom. It's a lot of learning and it's a lot of tough things for me that I had to go through. It wasn't just like this living on cloud nine. What did we have great moments? Yes. But we also had a lot of tough and uh, challenging times.
Challenging,
You can say
tough
whatever.
time.
I don't care.
Like,
You
keep
can
come on,
no.
cause I want. I'm excited about this 20 minutes
Anyway, so
on this
year 5.
podcast.
So year 5, we have now 2 children under the age of 2. of one, of one. We have two kids under the age of one. Um, we just got rid of our dog. We live in a two-bedroom
God,
apartment.
Jay was one.
Jade was not one until Harley was born. When Harley was born, Jade was not one yet
Okay, for
for
three
3 weeks.
weeks. Okay, go ahead.
So, okay,
So,
we're
all right,
starting in year five. So, or going into year five, that's
yeah,
how going into year five was. We had two children under the age of one. We had just put our dog up for adoption. We had we were living in a two-bedroom apartment with two kids, and it was a boy and a girl. So in the room, their room was not that big. So we had one crib and we had a bassinet in our room. So pretty much we had outgrown our space. Like there was literally stuff everywhere. And then y'all know what baby toys and it swings and cribs and playpens, and it was literally our house was a
everything.
daycare. So so at that point we were like, okay, it's time to get a house. So this is back in 2018, y'all. So this is also
Mm.
really the beginning of our journey to getting a house, which is a whole nother journey, but this is where it began. This is where it truly begins. So Henry and I have been working. We knew we were going to get a house. So we have been working really hard. Like everything was established as far as preparedness. Our
Yeah.
credit was great. We had cash in the bank. We were like, we had the pre-approval, a nice pre-approval letter from our, like everything. We had found a realtor.
Wait, let me tell you how blessed we were. We were so blessed to, even though we were working, people were a set of family members had gave us
Yeah.
some money, a
hmm
check.
A substantial amount of money
Yeah, and it was
towards
like
our
a
down
down payment.
payment.
And so we're like, all I
Yeah.
could say was like, God is faithful,
Yeah, we
cause
were like we were
didn't even know where it was coming from. We just like speaking into existence. We want a home. We want to move, and
mhm
so we started preparing ourselves. And
mhm
in the midst of doing that, you got people, family, just here.
pouring into
I'm gonna write a
us.
check for y'all.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah, it was
we had
crazy.
just had the babies. Like everything was like kind of what we thought lining up. And so the interesting part about it for me was like we knew where we wanted to live because we wanted to be near our family.
Hmm.
And we thought we we knew what kind of house we wanted. We knew like everything, but it seemed that's when things kind of got weird.
Mm.
So I'm the type of person like so we were coming up upon the end of our lease, and we were like, we're not going to renew our lease if we're trying to buy a house. We don't want to be here for another year. And so this was the summer, so it was like June. So we um we knew like within the next couple of months we'd be closing on a house because we had everything. And so we asked his sister if we could stay with her for like 2 months, just until we closed on our house. Like and at that point I think right when we asked her, we had found a house that we were going under contract,
Yeah.
or we had a real clear, it was idea of the house like where we wanted to be. So when we moved in with her, like within weeks, like literally within moving out of our apartment, moving in with his sister.
But wait, let me also say this. We asked, but they were also, in a sense, prepared for us to come too. Because I don't know if you remember, they had a conversation before, like, do they need the space or, would we be willing to open up our doors for them too? It was like, they kind of sense had like knew in the sense like that we
Holy
were.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so again, God was just like setting everything up. So we ended up moving in with them, and then within like a week we were under contract for our home. So I mean like it all like fell into place. We had wrote our check, put the deposit down, signed all of it. We were under contract. And so the type of house we were getting was not a foreclosure. A
Yeah,
short sale.
sure as
It
hell.
was a short sale. So it was going to take a little bit more time. So instead of like it closing in 30 days, I think we had like it was like 3 to 6 months.
Hmm.
So we had
Because
told
they were in the like foreclosure process.
something yeah, like
Yeah,
it was a short sale. Something was going on with the house where with the sellers. So and then the other part of it was we wanted to completely gut this house. So we knew we were going to have to be under construction for a little while because like the house was like it had good bones but it was not move in ready.
it was like a 4 bedroom, 2.5, but it had a huge backyard, a
In
pool.
ground pool, like garden,
Yeah, it was set. It was like
it was beautiful. So we were really excited to like go into this house. We ended up putting a deposit down, moving in with his sister, and then literally that was June. So we were July, August, September, nothing really happened. But what
oh
happened in
oh
then something happened in September.
something happened
What
with
happened
me
in September?
in the midst of being under contract. I lose my job. So now what we got on paper for the bank, for the home, is not there. The deposit's there, but it's like I lose my job, and so first of all, that was a tough instance for me. That was a tough situation
I
for
was about
me.
to say you need to speak through that whole thing.
Yeah, cause like for one, I'm already embarrassed. I'm like, dang Lord, really this had to happen to me at this very particular time. I don't know what to think. I'm going through stuff mentally, emotionally. Old coworkers is like, oh no, we hate that this happened. Like they trying to support me, phone calls, and it was a lot of things I haven't given money um for stuff, just like because of how it happened. And I was like, you know what?
I don't remember the money giving.
Yeah, for like the holidays around Christmas time and stuff.
He
they had
must have kept that for himself.
I I that would shut up, Sherelle, because you
Just
know that
saying.
wasn't that
I
was for
don't
every.
remember.
I told you that.
Okay.
They had raised some money for me and for the family just to be supportive during that time. But anyway, don't let Sherelle fool y'all.
I don't remember. That's all I'm saying. I don't
She
remember.
don't ever remember stuff.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah.
so
That
he
whole let me finish talking. That whole process, it was tough. So in the midst of like making a big purchase, the biggest purchase that we might ever make in our life, all of this stuff happens to me, and then not only that, we're living with my sister and her family. We waiting on the house, lose my job, and it's like, wow. And we got two babies, two toddlers.
yeah. So that was interesting.
More than interesting.
That was interesting. And the thing is, you would think, as a wife, we have two toddlers. We have now we're gonna lose this house. We're living with family. Um, you would think I was gonna trip, but I don't know. It was like the Lord prepared me. I think the preparedness really came from the fact that I hated that job. Because he was always not he was unable to be with the family as much because he was working so much. So I
Yeah,
really already didn't like the job. I had been praying for the Lord to like open up the doors for him to do something different. And then so when he lost his job, it was kind of like,
yeah. You
okay.
told me you prayed like for me to leave that job or something.
I had prayed, but I had prayed specific. So I was a little confused with the Lord. Like I had prayed like that he get another job that be in place of that one that be like better hours, better money, better like all the things like less stress, more
Better,
flexible. So I had prayed a very specific prayer.
better money. That was good money.
Exactly. And I wanted better. I wanted more for you. So sorry. But anyways, so I had prayed a very specific prayer, and when so it didn't happen, I was like, but the Lord must have something in the works, right? So when he told me about it, I wasn't like devastated. I was like, okay, don't worry, baby, we got this. It's something's gonna happen. It's like there's no way that my prayers are not gonna be answered. So cool, cool, we good. Now the only disturbing thing was the fact that we were living with family. So that's where it was a little bit tricky because it was like now we gotta tell them like that. Now it's not like so if we were by ourselves in our apartment, that would have just been between us. Like we could have
Yeah.
dealt with it, but now we got to make it a public thing because he's not working and he's in the
Hmm.
house. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to go sit down with his sister and her
Not
husband.
in the sense it was like I didn't really say anything because what ended up happening was I think I went on unemployment, so money was still coming in.
But we still
We
had to
didn't,
tell him you wasn't
yeah, but we didn't
working.
tell them at first. It was like it happened maybe a couple days or a week or something like that. I know some time had went past, and like she really asked a question to me, like, "No, everything all right with work?" And I was like,
I don't remember that.
"Yeah, that was me with me and her." But I know we told them, but anyway, I'm sorry.
It
Finish
wasn't
up.
no long period of time that went by. We had to tell them. It
I
wasn't
didn't
just
say it
gonna
was that
go
long. I
on.
was like a
The
couple
point I
days or
was
a
making,
week.
it wasn't gonna go unsaid. We had to tell them. Like
Yeah.
we could have not told anybody had we been living by ourselves. That could have been our business. But when you're living with family, it's everybody's business, which I'll go through. Um,
If you can avoid living with family, avoid it.
I wouldn't say that. I would
If you
say
can.
I would just say, you just never know what's going to happen in life. So don't be judgmental of others when you see other people going through things. I feel like people always got something to say. Oh, they living with their parents. Oh, da da da. You never know what's going to happen in life. Like you might have one plan and life does something totally different. So just be very careful of how you look at others. I will say that
Mm.
was a very humbling experience for me. Um, and it's like in our marriage, this is the second time we're living with family. And we've only been married for 5 years.
I mean, the first time I can understand. The second time I can still understand too because we were getting ready to purchase a
I
home.
know, but I'm just
So it's
saying,
like,
again, when I say things like the first 5 years were difficult for me, like I'm saying, I want y'all to just continue to listen to the story. There were a lot of things that we did not anticipate that came
yeah.
our way that they were like things that we had to overcome. So this is one of them. And so that was a big thing. So we had to end up so there was two reasons we had to back out of the house though. So first he had lost his job. We didn't even tell the bank that before we got some other news. The bank had did a reappraisal on the house. So we had signed a contract to buy the house for a certain price. Now, mind you, like we just said, it wasn't a move-in ready house. We were gonna dump about $50,000
To
more
renovate.
just to renovate the house, and then the bank did a reappraisal and reappraised the house for more. So I'm like, I'm not paying more for the house when we're already paying a bunch for the house and we're about to drop another 50 or more in the house just to get it to be moving ready, like, and then it was just a lot, so we ended up having to back out of that deal. And then yeah, so that's how we were moving into year 5. We're literally, so this is moving into the year 5. This is not even like we're not even 5 years in yet.
Mm-hmm.
um and that's how we moved into year 5. So yeah, this is we're coming at time, so I think this is a
We,
good place to stop.
yeah, I'm just saying we moved into year 5, moving into somebody else's space. So, and when I mean space, literally their home and in their intimate space, cause
And also, by the way, it was me, Henry, our two children in one room. We were all in one room. So this was, we went from we I was just talking junk about our little two-bedroom apartment, but we had our own apartment, so we had our own space. We were all in one room.
like the rapper Jadakiss said, living in the basement of your mother house.
It was
Reference to my
it
hip
was a
hop
lot.
heads.
So,
Yeah, it
anyways,
was
y'all,
tough.
that's where we are. We're moving into year 5.
So we need to go to like
Continue to listen.
next week. We need to do like
Year
year
5.
5.5.
Year actual year 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, if y'all haven't caught up yet, go back, start with year 1 so you can really get to where we are. Yeah, cuz it just gets more interesting. It just gets more interesting. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming on this journey with us. We're really excited to fill y'all in and see what 10 years looks like.
Wow. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.